Hello friends, welcome to my channel Escort School of Excellence. In the continuation of my hematological series, today I am presenting my chapter 3, that is PBF, Peripheral Blood Film. Okay, if you have not seen my last two videos, last two chapters, please go to the link in the description given below.
You can see the PBF report on the screen and the findings of all the 3 blood cells, and at last they have written the impression through which you have to make the diagnosis. And please leave a comment in the comment box about the diagnosis of this PBF report.
Now, let us see PBF. A report what a diagnostic center gives of a PBF, whatever they see in the blood film, they write it. But what are the differential diagnoses that we have to make as a doctor? Now, here also in PBF we see all the 3 blood cells. First of all, we see RBC, size of the RBC, either it is a small or large, or it varies greatly in size. So, they will write in the report is microcytic. Microcytic means they have seen the RBC cells are small in size. It shows that the patient may be suffering from iron deficiency anemia or thalassemia. Second one is, if the RBCs are larger in size, they write macrocytic under RBCs. They can be found in pernicious or megaloblastic anemia. And the third one is, when the RBCs varies greatly in size, means there are many number of RBCs which are greater or smaller. This condition is called anisocytosis. This also shows that the patient is suffering from anemia, and for the further diagnosis we have to advise the patient the different investigations to go to the final diagnosis. Now second one is the color of RBC, which shows us the hemoglobin content of the cells. If the color of the RBCs are red, it means they are normal, and the cells are called normochromic. Means under RBC they will write normochromic. If they are pale in color, means decreased color, then they will write hypochromic red blood cells, which shows that the patient is suffering from iron deficiency anemia. That means the hemoglobin is reduced in the red blood cells. Third one we see in the RBC is red cell inclusions. In red cell inclusions, they write basophilic stippling. Basophilic stippling shows us that the patient may be suffering from lead poisoning. Second one is Howell-Jolly bodies. Howell-Jolly bodies means the patient may be having defective splenic function. And third one is nuclei. In the condition where there is hemolytic anemia, what body do is, in the response of hemolytic anemia, the body releases the red blood cells with nucleus. That means we will get the nuclei red blood cells. Thus it shows hemolytic anemia. And the last one is parasites. Most of the time we do PBF for parasites, and the parasites we show in the RBC are malaria and babesia. Now after looking at the size and color of the RBC and red cell inclusions, we move towards the shapes of the RBC and peripheral blood film. There are different shapes of the RBC which we can see. First one is spherocytes. Spherocytes are seen in 3 conditions. One is the condition called hereditary spherocytosis. Second one is hemolytic anemia, and third one is Clostridial sepsis. Second one is dacrocytes. Dacrocytes, they are also called teardrop shaped cells. So in PBF, they can write in RBC either dacrocytes or tear shaped cells. These are found in hemolytic anemia, severe iron deficiency, thalassemia, myelofibrosis and myelodysplastic syndrome. Now let's move to the third type of shape, that is schistocytes or helmet shaped cells. As we already seen in the earlier one, that in second one that they can write dacrocytes or tear shaped cells. Here also they can write either schistocytes or helmet shaped cells. Now they are seen in microangiopathic hemolytic anemia. And second one is fragmentation on an artificial heart valve. In the patients where there is artificial heart valve implanted, in that case we can see schistocytes. Fourth one is echinocytes. Echinocytes can be seen as an artifact of abnormal dyeing of the blood smear. Means they are not abnormally found, but they are the artifact due to the abnormal dyeing. And second one is the renal failure, and third one in the cases of malnutrition. Fifth is acanthocytes, which are seen in the underlying renal disease or splenectomy. And sixth one is elliptocytes. Elliptocytes are seen in inherited defect in red cell membrane, iron deficiency, myelodysplastic syndrome, megaloblastic anemia, and thalassemia. And the seventh one is stomatocytes, which are also seen in inherited defect in red cell membrane. So if there is any red cell membrane defect, we can see two types of shapes, erythrocytes and stomatocytes. Last is target cells. Target cells are found in thalassemia, iron deficiency anemia, cholestatic liver disease, or some hemoglobinopathies where there is any hemoglobin defect. And last one is the artificially by improper slide making. Due to improper slide making, we can also see these target cells. So these are the shape of the cells which can be written in the peripheral blood film, and we can make the differential diagnosis what I have told you. And last one is in the RBCs, Zollex formation. Zollex formation is clumping of red blood cells, and this shows that there is abnormal serum protein level. Now after completing RBC, let's continue with the WBCs. In WBC, they will see all the 5 types of WBC, that is neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes and monocytes. They will see the counting of the cells, they will see the size of the cells and shape of the cells. Now first we'll see the vacuolated neutrophils. If there is written vacuolated neutrophils, that means there is a bacterial sepsis. Second one is Dole bodies. Dole bodies shows us that the patient may be having infections, burns, or any other inflammatory states. Third one is toxic granulations. Toxic granulations are what? Neutrophil granulations which are blue darker stain. These are shown in systemic inflammation. And the fourth one is neutrophils more than 5 nuclear lobes that are seen in megaloblastic anemia. Fifth one is large mishappen granules which are found in a very rare syndrome, that is Chaidik-Higashi syndrome. Sixth is increased basophils. They are found in CML, chronic myeloid leukemia. Seventh one is reactive lymphocytes. Reactive lymphocytes are larger lymphocytes, even of the size of neutrophils having condensed nuclear chromatin. They are found in viral infection. Eighth one is increased in small lymphocytes or ruptured lymphocytes, and they form smudge. So they are called smudge cells. So they can be written as smudge cells. They are found in CLL. CLL is chronic lymphoid leukemia. And the last one is abnormal cells. They can be the derivatives of lymphoid cells, myeloid cells, or red blood cells. They are found in neoplasm of bone marrow. So this was all about WBC. Let's move to the third type of cells, that is platelets. Now in platelets we see two things. One is counting and second one is the size of platelets. In counting we see increased or decreased number of platelets. If there are increased number of platelets, they will write thrombocytosis, and in the condition of decreased platelets, thrombocytopenia. And they both have differential diagnosis, and these differential diagnoses we have already discussed in the previous video. Next is the size of the platelets. In large platelets may be a sign of rapid platelet turnover or rare inherited syndromes. In rapid platelet turnover means in the conditions of hemolysis or in the conditions of bleeding where there is platelet turnover, where young platelets are larger in size. Now here we finishes our third chapter, that is peripheral blood film, and we have seen that after seeing the report of peripheral blood film we can make differential diagnosis, but for the final diagnosis we have to advise the further investigations, and the PBF can help us in writing the further investigations. I hope this video will be helpful to you. If it is helpful, please like, share and comment your queries or suggestions, and subscribe my channel for more clinical videos.